there, studios. OldClassicGamer here, and welcome to the first video of 2016. As we all know, 2016, like every other new year, there was gonna be some changes and some unexpected stuff happen. Well, this year also a very unexpected thing happened, well, at least it was unexpected for me. Gexup, one of my all-time favorite YouTubers, decided to just quit YouTube forever, but this time, unlike the last time when he simply left, he decided to remove all of his videos that were ever posted and make one final video where he explains some stuff about him and why is he doing this, and yeah, like a response. Why is he deleting videos and leaving? Now, as someone who has been following Gexup since I believe 2009, I feel need to make this response video and give my honest opinions about all this, because I'm someone who just doesn't think it's the right thing to just go and delete all the videos and stuff. So I have different views than him regarding this, and I watched the video and I felt like I need to make some response, because I did even communicate with Gexup at one point, and like, for me it's not like some random guy left. Gexup was not just anyone for me. I mean, I consider him a friend, but we kind of separated our ways. He moved on with his life when at one point he deleted everyone on his Skype, and then I just stopped communicating with him, and yeah, but I will always remember the good times with him, and yeah. So before I start this response, I want just to make everyone know that this isn't going to be a criticism of Gexup's decision to leave the internet, but simply it's going to be my response and how I view the stuff he mentioned in the videos. Like, do I agree, do I disagree on something? Like, every point when he makes something, when I want to say, I'm just gonna pause the video and add something to me, then continue playing. Like, classic response video, and it's not meant to offend anyone. I fully respect his decision that he wanted to leave the internet, but I have to admit I would prefer if he at least let people know before deleting videos, so they can save some of videos or for private collection. But yeah, maybe those videos will maybe surface once. We don't know, maybe someone saved them. This only happened today that he decided to remove them, so we don't know if someone before had them saved. The time will tell, will some of his videos appear again, but one thing is for sure, we will never have the archive of all of his videos, and in the end maybe that's for the best, because he wouldn't like them to be online in the first place, so gotta respect that. But yeah, I was saying for private collection, it would be better if he warned people that he was gonna do this before he did it. But no one saw it coming, so we couldn't know. But without further ado, let's begin analyzing his response video, and I'm going to let everyone know what I think of it.
This is not a hack. This is not a drama. This is an announcement.
Wait, if it isn't drama, then why did you put everything in a caps letters and saying I'm deleting all my videos? Like, if it's not a drama, why not simply leave the internet and not never sign in again on YouTube and just became inactive? There are tons of people that did it like that. They just got bored, they left, or simply closed the account without making announcements. Like, why making this video then? I don't understand. Like,
that I'm finally announcing that this is over. No longer am I going to continuously come back and say I'm back and then I decide to leave. This is an official goodbye.
Well, if I understand, there was a point like you were saying I'm leaving, then you return shortly, but yeah, you don't need to do it. Just simply, you could have left and not make anything like this. Like, get my point.
And along with my leave are my videos.
Okay, why? Why would you also remove the videos when you can just simply leave them and leave them on YouTube and not make any more videos? Like, you have been on YouTube since 2007 and tons of people liked your work. Like, don't you think it's a big FU to all your audience out there? Why remove them? It's nothing like it cannot damage you or anything to keep them there. I see no reason.
My videos are gone because you guys need to forget about me. You guys need to move on.
Well, we will move on, of course, because now obviously there is not much of you. Well, to be fair, even the first time when you left, I think many people just accepted it and moved on and continued enjoying your videos that already existed. So, of course, everyone is gonna move on, but sometimes maybe revisiting the old video that you made that your fans liked would have been nice.
Reviewing is over. Making videos is over. Doing all this stuff on the internet is nothing more than a distraction. I know some of you are heartbroken, and I know some of you are devastated and shocked to see that this is all taken away from you. But I think I'm doing you guys a big favor by telling you guys that you need to move on.
Again, like I said before, we could have we already moved on the first time you left, and when the videos stayed before you shortly returned and now left again, and being a distraction, we were making it sound like this was something that you were obligated to continue doing. Like someone was, it's like you're making it like someone forced you to make all the videos and it has been distracting you from the other stuff you mainly do in your real life. But in reality, no, this isn't a distraction. You are free to make, if you want, you could only make one video in a few months or just stop making them, and nothing here is obligated, it's all optional. So you are the only one who made it like a distraction because you felt like it felt to you like it, not because in reality it was, because you're the one who control what's happening on your channel, not anyone else.
No longer am I going to hear about when is the next video, why don't you want to do reviews anymore.
To my knowledge, you disable the comments on your videos mainly because of that, so if the comments are disabled, I don't see a problem. How could you just anyone who bothers you can just simply block or overall disable the ability of people to contact you on YouTube, and if it bothers you when they ask questions.
Cut out with the bullshit and give us what we want. You guys are sad. It's really depressing to think that this whole activity of doing the stuff on the internet was nothing more than just to satisfy people who I never met in face-to-face.
Well, it doesn't really matter if you met them face-to-face or not. It's that's how the fans are formed. Like, you make entertaining stuff, and then they enjoy the content, and it should just make you all satisfied and happy to see the other people are enjoying something you put effort in it. It doesn't really mean that you have to know those people. That it just the fact itself that you're making someone happy and that they enjoy something you created should be satisfaction. And calling people sad, like, I do agree it's for the people that were bothering you and always asking constantly for for new content when you clearly were busy with other stuff. Those people are kind of sad. Those who only wait for the new video, just sitting on a computer not doing anything. Those are, but I don't think you should generalize every person that watched your video as sad because they were a fan of your work.
I'm tired of voicing my opinion and getting myself into trouble, and I'm also tired of getting onto the soul-sucking topics with many of the people that watch my videos because they're a fan of these reviews of the stuff that I reviewed. I'm serious. I'm sick and tired of talking about Gex. I am sick and tired of talking about Insomnia games, and I'm sick and tired of talking about Naughty Dog.
Well, you say that voicing your opinions got you into trouble. Like, okay, I have to be honest, I don't know what exactly are you talking about, and if you maybe had something bad really happen to you because of that. Like, were you bullied by someone online or offline maybe? I don't know really, so I can't judge about it, but if it's something, if you are referring to people insulting you online, simply just block, ignore it. Shouldn't be like any trouble. And if you're sick and tired talking about those stuff you mentioned, Gex, Insomnia games, Naughty Dog, I understand, like, you are changing the interests, growing up, and it's all understandable, but yeah, nobody's forcing you. You're making this seem like you were forced to talk about them, while in reality you should have just controlled what you do, how you want to do, not how the other people want. For example, someone can request something on my channel and continue bothering me to do, and I'm not gonna do it if I don't feel like doing it, and nobody can make me. You should have just have self-respect and do just what you want to do and not what others say.
This is 2016. What accomplishment have you or I made? I'm talking about you, the person who's sitting on their computer watching this video or watching this on their phone.
Well, let's see what I accomplished now that you ask. Well, okay, I successfully finished the first year of university. I am improving my channel in terms of ad revenue and how much I'm earning. I also last year, for the first time, met up with 3 friends of mine that I met online. So overall, I have been enjoying a good year, and hopefully this one will be also good or even better. So yeah, I'm definitely improving and doing stuff the best, like with the school, and yeah, so that's what I am achieving. So thanks for asking.
Tell you that there's more to life besides this. Your heart beats, you breathe the air, you eat food, and you get up in the morning every single day. What are you going to put in return for letting you live and actually exist?
Well, this part right here, there is a point to it. If somebody is only sitting on a computer and expecting a new review to watch, I have to agree that that's kind of sad, and that people should do other things as well. So I do see the point you're making at this spot.
We all have a purpose. God has a plan for all of us. I have no further plans to continue to satisfy the people who I never met in person.
Well, okay, here is one thing that I just think you like contradicted yourself. First, you said that God has a plan for everyone, but then a moment after you said that your plan is not to do this anymore. So who decided that? Was it a God's will that you stopped doing this, or did you yourself think about it and stop uploading videos and removed all of them. Like, okay, I'm not going to go into religion or anything because of respecting every religion out there, but it just sounds a bit weird that right after saying one thing you contradict yourself and say the other thing, which is that that your plan was that, and implying that you did it and not something that God decided to do.
I know many of you guys try to reach out to become friends with me, but the truth of the matter is, we're not friends.
Alright, this part right here, I need to say, as someone who talked with Gexup before, I do feel a bit offended and kind of sad, to be honest, because all the times that we spent talking in 2010, 11 and 12 on Skype, those memories mean something to me, and I don't feel like forgetting them, and I did consider you a friend, to be honest. And I don't know, it's just sad that you don't consider anyone that you talked online anymore as a friend, because those people really appreciated your work. They obviously share the same interests you did at that time, otherwise they wouldn't check your content. And I have to be honest, at one point with Gexup, he didn't even remember who I was when, after a longer break, I contacted him on Skype. So I imagine that many people bothered him in the meantime, that he just forgot about the past conversations. And I can even bet that right now, if Gexup ever saw this response video of mine, that he would not remember ever talking to me and not know who I was at all now, even now when he is hearing my voice, if he watches this video. Which is okay, I suppose. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at you, but I do feel a bit hurt that you say that all the people that you knew are not your friends anymore.
It's sad to say this, but I don't know you, you don't know me. You only know me, you only heard of me or even noticed me because I review the stuff that you grew up with.
Well, the same thing is in real life when people first meet each other. They don't know each other, but over the time they learn more about each other and become closer and closer friends, depending on how their friendship goes. It's really the same on the internet. Like, they didn't know you, but they knew your videos, they liked your content, they liked the style, how you review, and your taste in gaming, and they want to talk with you, like if they have the same interest. And sometimes the people just connect good and become good friends over the time, learn more about each other and stuff like that. So it's really not it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You say, oh, I don't know you really, you are not my friend. Well, it's the same thing in real life. When you're meeting someone for the first time, you don't know anything about him.
I review the stuff that you actually like, and in return you actually think that I should do more for you? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'll be honest, like, I think you shouldn't generalize all the fans like that, because I definitely wasn't like that. I was never pressuring you for another video to rush it when we talked, and also I think the people who pressure others for making new videos soon and again just to satisfy their needs to watch something from someone they enjoy watching, it's bad. And I agree that your response, like you said, now get the fuck out, it's appropriate and definitely needed.
We're adults. I got 5 years of my life until I turn 30, and nothing has changed since 2009 when I graduated high school and entered college.
Well, of course I can't judge your life because I don't know it, but how do you mean nothing changed? Like, quite a lot changed, like, or overall on YouTube and overall how you make your videos. So there have been changes since you graduated, obviously, and I think everyone who watched you noticed that. Like you were more busy with other stuff. You made videos way less, and at one point you made like you were on hiatus. You were considering to quit altogether. You did, and you returned. So there have been changes, definitely. So saying nothing changed is a bit too far-fetched.
I'm making this video not to make you guys pissed off. I'm not making this video just to piss you guys off. I'm making this video to prove a point. That life is short, depending on how you look at it. And also, there is more to life besides waiting on the computer for another review.
I completely agree, and like I said earlier, those people who just wait for a new review, that's kind of really sad, but why then make this video if, like, that's not gonna change how, like, those kind of people, now that they're watching the video, they're definitely pissed off and angry that you removed the videos. Like, for example, I'm a bit disappointed that you removed them, but I'm not angry or pissed off at you for doing it. But yeah, like, yeah, there is more to life than that, which is why you should have just, you could have just left the videos and focus on other stuff, and maybe sometimes, time to time, return on YouTube if you feel like it. If not, just leave it as a memory. Maybe sometimes in a distant future you would like to remind yourself of those times. Like, you never know. That this is why all memories, good and bad, sometimes should be left and not destroyed, because it's interesting to see after a long time how much you changed.
I look at so many reviewers during my time that used to be having so much ambitions, just as much as I did, to end up in a downfall and burnout, and wishing that there was more to life besides sitting on a computer, reviewing, getting capture recorder to record the stuff that they need to make, making scripts, and then actually voice out our opinions.
Those people that ended out with burnouts and wishing to stop, I don't see a problem. They can just simply stop doing it, make a break. It's all the people that seem to treat this like obligation, like they are obligated to do it. And then I know some people have this as their primary job and nothing else. That's their only way of getting money. And I have to be honest, I don't think that's too much reliable source of income. And I think that all the people definitely should have another job outside of making videos, something more guaranteed that you're going to receive the money, like the fixed payings, like you work somewhere and you know exactly how much you will receive each month. It's like a fixed receiving. For YouTube videos, it always varies depending on how much views you get. You can suffer a downfall of views, get way less payments. So yeah, that's the issue. That's their problem of those people. They just made it out to be like that by not finding other jobs and by feeling obligated to make it, while in reality they should do with their time how they want. It should all be a hobby.
And that's a funny thing about opinions. We're entitled to them. But when you voice them out, you get yourself in a world of trouble.
Of course, it depends on what do you mean, and if you refer to video games, like I stated before, there should be no trouble in it at all, because like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just block someone. And if you're referring to the opinions in real life, like, for example, political views and stuff, then yes, there are extremists out there who disagree, and you could potentially get in trouble. But of course, that's why those kind of opinions shouldn't be voiced out loud to begin with. But for the video game stuff and internet, like there is no problem for voicing opinions. Just block, ignore. If someone tries to troll, it's easy.
We're living in a politically correct world, and it's getting much more harder to actually get on the internet. I look at so many reviewers in my time, especially the guys from That Guy with the Glasses that I looked up to, sadly, and that's now changed to Channel Awesome because Doug Walker is a fucking idiot.
Okay, I don't really understand. Are you trying to say that because they changed their name that Doug Walker is an idiot for changing the name? Okay, and I do admit that the quality of his videos a bit decreased from the earlier uploads, but overall they're still enjoyable for watching. I don't really see the reason why would you call him an idiot. He didn't do anything bad. Like, come on, there are people out there con artists scamming people for donations and stuff. At least you gotta give Dog Walker a credit. He doesn't do stuff like that, and the content on his website is still overall enjoyable, in my opinion, at least. So, no need to insult the guy.
So as many of the people that are on that website. And I also looked at some of the ones that I waited for a long time to make another review, such as Gucci the Douchebag, that inspired me to become a reviewer, a podcaster, and become the person that made this channel. There would be no Gexup without Gucci the Douchebag, but since they disappeared and incompleted their top 10 worst console games list, video game console list, I think they made a great decision by leaving the internet and stop arguing with so many of those weirdos and sensitive man-childs that never made a difference in their life, and all they did, thinking that they're making a difference, is going on the internet and making nasty posts or supportive posts, when in all actuality you're just not making a difference.
Okay, just need to get this out of the way. I never followed the person he mentioned that inspired him. I never heard about the channel, and I don't know what list is he talking about because I never watched it. And to me, it seems that he's trying to do what his inspiration did, just leave the internet without completing something, which I don't know. It just feels I don't know, but I don't know if those other people. He mentioned, did they remove those videos or just left overall? And if they really wasted time arguing with people who disagreed, I really see no point. It's okay to, at least sometimes, if someone makes a post that you disagree with, that you write down or try to outsmart him, to show why what he typed was stupid, but of course that's not supposed to be done all the time, and I really don't know. And those people making supportive posts, I do think they make a difference because obviously they're encouraging the creators of those videos to make them more, and it does mean a lot to when you hear that someone is supporting you. Despite even if they're not in real life, like I pointed earlier, it doesn't make a difference if you know someone in real life or not. The first time you're meeting, it's in both situations you don't know that person.
They have a life. I should have paid attention and stopped being selfish, thinking that they owe me something like a new video. And I also look at the other side of the coin, the Spoonie one, and God, he was a big inspirator for me, and he went in a dramatic downfall. And again, it's funny how we voice out our opinions and they fired back.
I don't know who this person is, so I'm not going to comment on this part at all, because like the previous one, I never watched this guy as well.
We're not living in a free world. There is no freedom. But I don't give a fuck about freedom.
yes, there is. You are free to make a video and share your opinions, and nobody can stop you from doing that. Therefore, you're not going to get in a serious trouble for saying something. Of course, not counting racist remarks or something else, but that's that's something that no one should be doing in the first place. So yes, there is a freedom and it definitely exists. It's just how you look at the things.
I give a fuck about serving a purpose. And it's kind of sad that someone like the Spoony one is one of the biggest names on the internet that hit a dramatic downfall. That's just one of the many reviewers that I used to watch continuously on the internet thinking that they were changing my life. And look at the Spoony one right now. How pitiful he's become. He's become more depressed because because that's how he subjugated his entire life on the internet, voicing his opinion, arguing with so many people and losing friends and creating enemies. You know what? I'm no different from that guy, but the big difference between me and him, despite the fact that he has more people watching his videos than me, is the fact I'm making the wise decision of leaving the internet and not looking back. And I think you guys should too.
Wait, you're now suggesting everyone to leave the internet because what? Why? Why to leave it? Like, if we enjoy doing what we do, why leave it? And again, you mentioned like that the other one fell in depression because of arguing with others. It's his own fault for doing it. I mean, if you let someone offend you that much online because he insults you over your opinion, then you shouldn't have been on the internet in the first place, because a person like that is overly sensitive, clearly, because you shouldn't be offended or and depressed by someone you first encountered online, like some random comment. It's not a big fucking deal, and if you are getting into a huge arguments with someone like that, why do it? It's fun if you want to troll him back at like sometimes, but constantly arguing, no. And about the enemies, like fuck, who the fuck cares if some people stop hating you? If you are successful, and Gexup did imply that this other person had a lot of views and stuff, the fans are always gonna outnumber haters, so there is really, I don't see a problem with that. Everyone is, even if you are not online, even if you are just doing stuff in real life, there are always gonna be people that are for some reason going to hate you. It's impossible. For every person in this world has someone that hates them. It's impossible otherwise.
And I think I'm giving you a big service by deleting the videos and making you wish that you never saw me. And I want you to know that I don't hate you, I just don't love you. How can you love something? That's funny about like all these stuff that I review and you guys are still contacting me. You only know me because of the things that I reviewed. You love these things and you assume that anybody who loves them can be your friend. Well, it can't be further from the truth.
Well, here is the thing about doing a favor removing the videos. No, I don't think that's doing a favor, because I'm, for example, not gonna wish that I never met you online and saw your videos, because part of hanging out with you in the past, those memories are gonna stay, and I do not regret anything. I'm a bit disappointed that it ended like it did and that we lost contact, but oh well, that's just how it happened. That I'm moving on with. I have other friends. It's not a problem. But and this about what he mentioned about how can you be friends with someone who just automatically loves the stuff you do, like just because of that. There is that, to a certain point, that is the truth, because there can be many people liking some stuff, but they're just not friends, because I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you can be friends with anyone. You just connect better with some person than the other, and that's how it is. But really, to me, it sounds like you're trying to say that you're not even interested in talking with anyone, which I think Gexup turned into a kind of person that thinks they're, at one point when he was online, that is too good to communicate at all with its fans. There are certain people online that just don't respond to any comment of the fan. They don't want to engage with the audience. They don't want to do anything with them, and it's I don't understand those people at all. Like, there should always be a connection between the reviewer and the audience that watch him. They should always try to communicate with them, meet their fans in some way or another. I don't think you should generalize everything, and those people clearly liked your content and the way you're reviewing, and they just wanted to know you better, and like, just saying that you don't care for them, it's kind of really harsh to say. I mean, I understand about the people who are bothering you and this, always wanting more and stuff. It's really funny how you seem to generalize all of your audience like that, while in reality there were many people who respected your free time and never bothered you at all for new content, yet you're pretending like they never existed and just bashing the ones that were bothering you.
The saddest part is that you can't love something unless it loves you back. And when you love objects, it has an expiration date.
Wait, I don't understand. Like, something can love you back, then you mention objects. So, well, of course objects can't love back, they're objects, but if you're thinking about video games or stuff, expiration date, I don't know. I mean, many people are gamers for their entire lives. They're even adult, they're even very old people playing games. It's definitely there and doesn't have the expiration date. If you don't want to move on, you're the one making decision.
You can continue to love it and into madness, or find better love with new people and love of life. In 2014,
Why just not have everything, both finding new people and in real life, and also like video games and watching videos online? Like, I see no problem with doing both. Like, this having as a sort of entertainment, but also engage with other people in real life and stuff. I mean, I don't you. Nothing is black or white. It's not like you have to do either this or that. Everything can be done if you do it correctly and not become too much obsessive.
I faced a nasty depression. It was so bad mentally that I wanted to commit suicide.
I'm very sorry for that it happened. I couldn't know that at the time because we cut the communication earlier, like, you removed me and stuff. And I'm really sorry to hear that you suffered that big of a depression. I wouldn't call myself as a person that is too depressing. I have some moments of being depressed, but I wouldn't call it something that was ever serious. I wasn't ever thinking of suicide. There were sad moments a lot in my life, but it's not something like, I'm not trying to exaggerate and say, oh, I'm depressed, have pity on me now that you're watching this video, know that I was depressed too. No, I'm not that kind of person. Even if when I'm sad a lot, most of the times I try to not show it, because I believe that people should try to be strong. But of course, if there is some serious problem and something is bothering you, you should always find someone to talk about it. So yeah, I'm sorry to know that you were through what you went through this.
It's very uncomfortable to talk about it, but the truth of the matter is, I had to find my healing. I was not going to find my healing through the internet. I was not going to find my healing through these people who watches my videos expecting me to make them happy when they never made me happy, for this, to say the least. But I found my healing in September 2015, and I became a much stronger person. No longer am I this man-child that points fingers and blames somebody. No longer am I somebody who looks at the past all the fucking time, thinking that today sucks and the past was so much better. Well, we have a limited memory, ignoring all the bads and thinking about the goods.
Alright, well, I think that I have to say, like, you were trying to find healing and you didn't find it on the internet. That's great. Like, I totally understand. Like, every person finds something else that helps them through depression, and I'm very happy to know that you're now a different person, much stronger, and overall that you feel better. I'm happy for you, like I'm for every person when they're in trouble and when they overcome their problems and when they feel happy in the end. Like the case for me, it was the opposite. The internet was in fact what helped me, because before I joined online, that was when I was in a worst state of how I felt and stuff, and internet was the thing that helped me, because I met many different people over the years. There were of course both good and bad moments, but overall I can safely say that internet was indeed my healing. And I find it funny how how it also, he says in 2015 in September that he found the healing. Well, while in for me as well in 2015 that was like one of the best years of my life as well, but it was of course related to internet and stuff. So yeah, in the end both of us found the healing, but different way. About looking in the past, I do have to. I'm guilty of this too, and I do acknowledge it, but I just can't help it. I'm too much nostalgic for the past itself, and I do think that everything was way better in the past. Many people say it's because of the false memory people have in the childhood, and they don't ever remember the bad stuff that happened there, and just keep the memory alive of the good stuff. I don't know, but partially I think that really the entertainment and the lifestyle of people and how everything was overall socially, it was better in the past than it is today. I do know that there is the time goes forward, and that I must not forget about the present and and look in the future, and try to secure the best future. But looking in the past can be really nice sometimes, when you're like playing some old game and saying, man, I remember playing this for the first time, it was so good back then. And it can be nice, but it can also be a bit sad if you let the bad emotions to take over, and then you were kind of sad because the past is past, and now you're going in the future where. So yeah, there needs to be some like fine line between enjoying the past and not let that have a negative effect upon you. So yeah, in the end you found a different way of healing that wasn't on the internet. Internet was healing for me, for example, because like I said, I also had bad moments in my life, and internet did help me. I'm sorry that all this happened to you, dude, but still, removing videos is not the way to do it, in my opinion.
While in actuality, the present and the future is so much better than living in the fucking past. What are you gonna do in the past? Go live your childhood thinking that you want to play all these video games and smell all the objects that makes your heart warm? It's not making your heart warm. It's just distracting you. And that's what
Distraction. Well, we all need sometimes to be entertained and take a break from work and our real life obligations. So, what you see as a distraction to many people is a nice way to relax from a hard working day and just spend some time remembering their childhood. There is nothing wrong in that.
happened to me. I was distracting myself with all this stuff, looking at the past all the time and thinking that the future is bleak, when all actuality, God himself gave me a plan, and I'm here to fulfill that plan. I don't give a fuck about what any of you guys think about my spiritual beliefs, because those who argue about religion are spiritually weak.
I agree with this part. Religion should not be argued with, and everyone should believe on the way how they want to believe. But I don't know, like you saying that God gave you, like had a plan for you, but in reality, you are the one who is doing that. Like, did you? Maybe okay. I'm not going into the details, but it just seems like contradiction. It wasn't the God who removed your content online and that made this video. It's you who did that.
And you don't make a big difference. You don't help the ones that are helpless. I made more friends in the course of September 2015 up till now than the entirety of my fucking childhood.
Well, that's completely understandable because usually most of the times the friends that you're going to have when you're a grown person are the people that you don't meet in the childhood. Usually only a few ones from the childhood are there for the rest of your life as a friends. Well, most of them are not, and I do also have to agree with this. I made more friends later than in the childhood, but yeah, I do also admit that most of the good friends I have are the ones that are with the help of the internet. So that's why I said the internet was my healing, because many people I met was thanks to internet and websites such as YouTube and etc.
Think about that for a second. Why am I looking at the past when I have so much good ahead of me? It's a sad life that it's so short, and we're all wasting it looking for entertainment.
Again, life is short, yeah, and just looking for entertainment is of course not productive, and people like that are not going to achieve anything and will eventually end up probably homeless, jobless, and stuff like that, because they won't have any money to pay the necessary stuff. But again, so are you trying to say that people should never have fun and never enjoy in some sort of entertainment and just be, oh, real life obligations, work, work, work? Are you saying that? I mean, that's really not good, and in the end it can make people snap. For example, many people in Japan are overdoing their work, and that's why Japan is one of the countries with the highest suicide rates, because the people who don't have entertainment and are just looking the stuff like you are looking now, they eventually end up sad and depressed because the pressure is too big on them. So there needs to be a fine line between entertainment and real life obligations.
We look at entertainment thinking that it's changing our lives, but while in all actuality it just amuses us and distracts us. You can love it, but it doesn't love you back.
Of course it doesn't. It's not something that is alive. It's object, video game, computer. That of course it doesn't love back, and it's not supposed to.
You poison your mind through entertainment, relying on it, thinking that it's making you happy, and all in actuality, it's just amusing you. And happiness with objects has an expiration date. You need to help yourself before you help others. You need to grow some balls. If you're a man, you need to grow some balls.
Wait, what? What did you just say? I mean, sorry, I don't understand what you meant to say by that.
And actually show what you were made of. Show your purpose. Show the strength to the weak. And I've been surrounded by myself with so much weak. And I got a bright future ahead of me.
So you're trying to say that everyone who loves entertainment is weak, and that we all need to stop focusing on, or stop consuming any sort of entertainment, and just give ourselves to jobs and real life obligations, and just stop being entertained. Like, I don't understand what you mean by that. Like, why should we stop? If and you say it doesn't make us happy. Well, how do you know what makes someone happy or not? That's something very much subjective. Something, for example, can make someone happy, something doesn't. It's, of course, for example, people do think, for example, drug makes them happy, but in reality it doesn't. But of course it can't be compared to that, because entertainment and drug are not the same thing, obviously. But if someone enjoys making videos as a hobby, showing them, like, receiving tons of support from the fans, and it encourages them and inspires them to be creative person, and to improve to improve more in making them. You see, it does make people happy, and it's not really a distraction, it's just a hobby. So you're saying people shouldn't have hobby making videos? Like, why?
And I want to keep it bright. But in order to keep it bright, I need to separate myself and throw myself away from all negativity and darkness, and especially all that stuff posted on the internet.
Well, of course there is negativity on the internet, but like I said, ignore, just enjoy the good stuff, because on every place there is both good and bad stuff. Like, there is also much darkness and negativity in real world. Like, you can read in the newspapers, see all the bad things happening in this world, the crimes in each country, the terrorism, and yeah, so there are many negative things in real life. So how just because it's also on the internet, it, like, how would you throw that away in real life, all the negativity? Don't tell me, like, nothing negative will ever happen to you again, because it always does happen to everyone, and bad things will continue to happen to both me, you, and every person that watches this video, and etc. So I really don't understand how is it, like, you could have simply just, like I said at the beginning, stop coming online, leave everything as it is, and focus on your life. Just don't check your email, don't check for responses, just leave fucking everything. But no need to delete the video and make the video about deleting the other videos and doing this kind of rant.
I met so many people that want to communicate with me, and boy, what a waste of time it is. Thinking that we're making a valuable conversation, well, it's anything but. I've been communicating with so many of these nerds, not geeks, because geeks is people that actually have big interests, and they love what they do, but nerds who basically have, like, big interests as much as geeks, but they argue with other people a lot. I've been in so many Skype conversations and arguments on YouTube, and especially all the above seen on itstailtime.net. They're awkward pausing, poor communication skills, and people that look after themselves.
Like, really, are you again generalizing every person? So you're saying that every person that you ever talked with is now like that nerd that always argues and just wastes your time, and like, really? Then you simply shouldn't have. There are people like, for example, here is a critical. I don't know. You're probably not gonna even watch this video, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just saying for people who will watch. Critical is, for example, a type of person that knows what he's doing and what his he already decided what his purpose is going to be, to entertain people when he can. He makes a new video, has a cool jokes, he doesn't feel obligated, and he just simply never responded to any comment of anyone, and he just doesn't share his Skype. He doesn't communicate with fans, and that's how he decided from start. He decided, I'm not going to talk with others, I'm just gonna make the videos, and you gotta respect that. He already knew from the start, and he also plus donates everything for charity for his videos, which is very nice of him. But you already at the beginning, you decided to communicate with fans, to talk with them, meet them online, on Skype conversations and stuff, and now you're trying to say that all that was bad. That's really, really rude and disrespectful to all the people that weren't like those that you're criticizing now. I feel that you're like generalizing everything.
And you call them friends? And you think that we can actually make friends by that approach? Guaranteed, there is no better communication than seeing a person face to face, eye to eye, voice to voice. We can make so much technology of communication on the social network, but there is no better way to communicate with an individual than face to face, when it all is there right in front of you, where you can see their body language. You can actually keep up with them, their tone of their voice that can actually match up with yours. And the funny thing is that all those people that watches me on the internet, we never met each other face to face.
Well, really, it depends how you look at it. Here is the first things first. You're saying that like all those people aren't friends. Like, seriously, I really dislike the people who say internet friends aren't real friends. You're entitled to your opinion, but then again, I'm also entitled to disagree, and I will explain why. There is really no evidence that it is better to communicate in real life than online. There is nothing like it. Depends who the person is and how they are, and you can have a good communication with both online and offline. It really depends. Yes, the physical presence might help, and it is of course better if you know someone to see them like in front of you and be able to engage better than online. But really, it's both people. In both cases, there is another person is someone out there who is just as you, a person. And I mean, just the point is, both are considered friends, both real life and online. They're friends. It's just the matter of how you meet them, and it's not the same for every person. For example, I will say about myself, I'm more of introverted person, and for me it's much easier to make friends online than in real life, because at first it starts just with chatting, usually meet on YouTube forums and stuff like that, so just like posting comments, and that's how learn more about each other. Then it goes to Skype, instant messaging, and then eventually Skype calls, webcams and stuff like that. So it progresses slowly, and it helps me that way build trust better than. But in real life, if I just see an unknown person like in front of me and have to approach. It's way harder because you know nothing about them. But at the time for online people, you already know about them sometimes, like their interests and the way they talk, how they are as a person, from all the stuff that you spend online doing. So really, it's I think it's a bit unfair to say it like that, because both online and offline can be friends, and while the communication in real life can be better if you know the person, sometimes it can be much better online than someone you don't know in real life. So yeah, you see, you get the point.
And how can we call each other friends? Because friends would actually put the effort to actually meet another person face to face, communicate with them, and do everything within their strength and their willpower to actually maintain a friendship.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but meeting someone in real life is much easier to say than do. Because, for example, there are so many countries over the world. We all people can live like miles and miles away from each other, like completely different part of the world, and it's not just simple to say, oh, I wanna come over and meet you, and and then you just say that and it happens. No, it's not that simple, and most of the time it can be very hard to be done if people are living very far away from each other. So it's very unfair to judge it like that. For example, take me for example. We obviously couldn't meet each other in real life, because you live in the east and I live in the west, and it's just so much far away, and it would be impossible. Like, maybe if we didn't cut communication, one day I could travel and meet you, but really expecting from every person like that you knew to take an effort to visit you is really too much, because in most of the times it's not something that you can simply say and do and say, oh, I'm gonna do it, but it takes money, time, and many people are just busy and can't travel that far away. And it, like, again, for again, taking me for example, I would need $1,000 probably or more if I wanted to visit you, considering how everything is expensive and etc. Much more expensive than how everything is where I live. So it would be pretty much impossible. And saying that like someone would put the effort, it's really unfair. Of course, with when someone lives much closer, it is different and easier. And I did meet 3 friends so far that I initially met online. I did meet them in real life, and it was all a great experience. I am gonna try to visit again soon when I can. And yeah, but just expecting from every person like that, Gexup, it's really unfair, and that's not how you judge friendship. And about trying to maintain the friendship, as much as I'm aware, you are the one that just simply deleted everyone online, like on Skype at one point. And before, once in the past, when I messaged you, you didn't even remember who I was. So I'm really starting to think that this is more of a problem from your side than the other people. You're making all the people seem like they were the ones constantly attacking you and asking more, while in reality, while there were people like that, I just think that you were tired of that and started blaming all the others for the problems, which is not very nice.
I made so many friends and I lost so many friends and I made so many enemies on the internet. That is nothing more than a distraction. It's a meaningless phase in my life to continuously think that I'm making friends on the internet. Well, all I'm doing is gearing towards the man children who look at the past like I used to and say that, like, this is my childhood, I wish it was good as the old days, thank you for making this video, you defined my childhood. Grow the fuck up! Grow up! Time is moving forward, not backwards. You're growing. You're getting older. There is so much in life ahead of you besides sticking on the fucking internet all the time. And they wonder why this generation is so weak. I'm not mad. I'm just so happy that I made the best decision in my life of...
Well, you sure sounded very mad, criticizing and generalizing all the people.
Getting rid of all this distraction on the internet. Because there's a big future ahead of me. I'm just mad because I'm getting all my frustrations out throughout my entirety of my experience on the internet. You know who you are. That broke my heart. You won't know who you are, that I thought that were my friends, but I threw you out because I knew there's no compatibility, no chemistry, and no friendship. It was just a fluke that we bumped into each other, thinking that we were friends, but we were actually not. But for some of you guys that I have on Facebook, and I kept you on my friends list, you are the ones that I trust you with all my heart.
Well, it seems that you didn't trust me, but and you even forgot who I was. But it's okay. I'm not really mad, but I just find it all weird. Like the first time you mentioned the Facebook, but I clearly remember that when we talked once, you said you hated Facebook and never had an account. So to me, it just seems that you were throwing away the other people that wanted to be your friends and just kept some that you already knew, like, for a much earlier time. That's how it seems to me. And also, I don't really understand what are you saying by, like, we thought we were friends but we bumped to each other. All this you're saying is you just gave up on everything and started removing people, and like you said, you know who you are. Those that like made him depressed and stuff. Like when he said, like, you know who you are, when he was talking negative. Like I really wonder who are those people. And to me, it really sounded like there were no major troubles for Gexup. Like I know he mentioned he suffered depression, and I'm sad that it happened like that. But really, I think you just are overreacting about your audience, and I'm sure that there are much more good and bad people there.
I consider you a friend, which is something I can't consider myself with all the thousands of people that watched me on the internet. Yes, life is harsh. What I'm doing is hurting you. And it sounds like I'm really hurting your feelings. But you know what? Grow some balls. It is time to man up. It is time to stop making excuses and thinking about how much life could have been so much better when you know yourself, you can make that change to make life better for yourself and better for everything. I'm tired of communicating with individuals on the internet talking about objects like video games. Nowadays they're expecting you to pay much more money for a game that's not even full price, not even the full material, because you have to pay for extra for DLC. And
again, the part with like man up, growing balls, and how what he's saying, I don't really understand. Like, okay, for the people that were whining and complaining, I do kinda, but I don't. Why just call everyone like that? The fact that you don't want to talk with a lot of people, I can somewhat understand that you don't want thousands of people messaging you about video games constantly, but really, it's this isn't the way to end it. Like, remove everything. You could have just left how it was, and but the point about the games being overpriced, oh, I definitely agree on that, and it's the games are just overall, everything is going downhill with the generation. There are some improvements, but still, there's too many DLC and stuff. I don't like it.
Movies coming out. What a bunch of garbage, especially that new Star Wars movie.
Wow, so now the final video you made, and you mentioned that you hate the new Star Wars, and we're never gonna hear the opinion why or anything. Like, I don't really understand that the new movie. It's good. It's not good like the original, but still nice.
I'm not relying my life on on entertainment anymore. It is time to move on. It is time for you to forget about me. 2016 is here. How are you going to make a difference about it?
Well, I'm not gonna forget about you. I will, like I said, I will always keep the memories that I had with you, and I do still respect you as a person, but I really think you're being too harsh, and I obviously disagree with a lot of things in this video. And about the other things, like what a difference gonna happen in 2016. Oh, well, I will continue with YouTube stuff I do. I will also continue my education, and yeah, nothing too much, but just going on with the life like I was before. Nothing really too much. Like, why there needs to be some? Why should there even be some drastic changes? Like, why? Why should we? If we're happy how our life is already, why should we make some changes? Like, of course, there's going to be the improvements and stuff like that. But if nothing is bad, why change it? There is no obligation to any of it. And that's pretty much it for the entire video of Gexup. Whoa, this got over 1 hour long, so wow. But I guess that's hell of a way to start 2016, because like I said, it's the first video in 2016 that I am going to have uploaded on channel. So yeah, pretty nice. But yeah, basically the whole point is every year someone or something closes, someone leaves. Every time it happens like that. So now this year it was Gexup who left, and really, I don't like I said, all this was optional, and you never should have felt obligated to make those videos when others requested, but only when you did. And I think how you treated the others in this video and how you generalize it was very wrong, and because it is a fact that there have been very positive people on your channel that really appreciated and liked the content that you made, and just calling them all nerds and weak people that need to grow some balls, it's really offensive. Your view on what the friends are and what they aren't is also very ignorant in my opinion, but it's okay, I can't tell you how to look at the things. To end this video, I just want to say that I will always cherish the moments that I had with you. Yeah, there were some good calls there with you on Skype, there were some good conversations, and I will remember them. It's sad that we lost the contact and you just removed me when you removed most of them, but I guess it was your right, and just I had to move on, and I did. If you ever see this video by some chance, which I really doubt, I want to just let you know that I wish you still a lot of success in your life, and hopefully you achieve what you are currently aiming for. And but seriously, don't try to tell others to leave internet, because everyone should make a decision for themselves. So in the end, I wish you successful 2016, successful future, and whatever you're trying to achieve, let's hope it happens. Also, to all the other viewers that watch this video, thank you for lasting till the end. This was pretty long, but yeah, finally it's done. I just had to do it, and it's a very hell of a way to start 2016 uploading. Other videos will come when the other people have time. I have to finish Mighty Number 9 with my friends, and then we're going Croc Let's Play, and it's gonna be great. So see y'all guys later. Jump, Tane.